Hey friends, Silas here. This is a short post-run self-care routine for you. For today's practice you will need a fascia ball, tennis ball, cricket ball, baseball. Anything works that is a little bit firmer, and a yoga block or a big book. Place the book or block to the side and then come up to stand. Bring the ball right in front of you, and then we're just going to start by rolling out the sole of the foot. You can be quite free here. You can roll over the arch of the foot with the ball. You can go along the edges, along the balls of the feet with the heel down. Just anywhere you feel like you need to go, anywhere it feels tender, you can also hold and put a little bit of pressure in. Don't be shy putting your body weight into the ball. Really don't. Just for another 3, 2, and 1. Just change sides. Let the right foot come down, and then take the left foot onto the ball and roll out the sole of the foot. Just be free here. You can go wherever you like. I really enjoy at the minute going along the arches of the foot. We're just coming out of winter, and I haven't used my barefoot shoes as much as I would like, and I can feel it in the soles of my feet. Maybe find a spot where you can stay, somewhere where it feels interesting. And then move around once more, just for another 3, 2, and on 1. Just leave the ball there, bring both feet down, close your eyes, just for a moment notice your feet. And then we will come down onto all fours, taking the ball and the block or book and place it just in front of the right knee. And then take the ball onto the block or the book. And from here, you want to take the ball just outside the shin. So when you feel the shin, just where it turns out, or where you can feel your finger drop off the bone, just above here, anywhere along there, you want to roll out. So be explorative, depending on how your run went. You can feel your shins in different spaces. So you readjust, taking the ball where you need, and then drawing little movement in circles. I wouldn't go crazy up and down the shin. And you just start at the top and then slowly journey your way along the bone, down the shin. And you notice that there will be areas that feel a lot more tender than others. That's where you stay for a breath or two. And if you notice that the block or the book is too short, you can always readjust, holding the ball and then moving the ball with the leg further down, so you can again roll up the shin. And keeping the ankle relaxed, the foot relaxed. And then we will come off, and we're just going to change sides. Taking the block in front of the left knee and ball onto the block, and then shifting forward to place the left shin, or just the outside of the shin, onto the ball. And you start relatively close to the knee. I wouldn't go onto any bones. It wants to be soft tissue. And you start and you slowly journey your way down along the shin. Anywhere you feel that it is tender, you can stay. You can even rock your knee a little bit side to side, and then you keep going. Might come to the point about halfway up the shin where you have to readjust the ball on the block. And again, you're just moving slow, noticing the sensation that is created. Continuing to breathe while you do it. And then we'll come off. And we're just going to sit down onto the bum and block in front of us. We go into the calf muscle. So as you have the right leg out in front, just place the block underneath the calf. And then from here, we're just going to go right in the center where the center line of the calf, about, I would say, 8 fingers down from behind the knee. And this is where you will place the ball, right dead center. And then hands can come behind you. You can either just pause here, or this is just a starting point. From there you can explore. You can start by flexing and pointing your toes. You can stay with this, or you relax the ankle and gently roll side to side, moving across fiber. If there's an interesting spot, you can just stay, breathe 1 or 2 breaths so that the muscles can relax. And then you continue with small movements. You can stay with side to side, or move the bum a little closer towards the block, and then tilt your tailbone front and back, and you just gently move the ball up and down. You can do a mixture of the two. You can move up and down and side to side. Really be self-explorative here. And if you have the feeling you need more time, just pause the video. We're just quickly going over these exercises. All right, and then from here, we change sides. Take the leg off, and then just change the block over to the other side. Let the whole calf rest on the block, and then let the ball come about 8 finger widths below the knee joint. Let that come right dead center of your calf muscle. And then first you relax. And then you might start by flexing and pointing your toes. You might stay there, or you relax the ankle and then move side to side with the leg, letting the ball move cross fiber. You might also notice a difference to the right leg. And then from here you can also bring the right foot down and then lift the bum up, move a little closer towards the block, and then tilt your tailbone. So you're tucking it under and tilting it forward, and by doing that you're introducing little forward and backward motion in the leg, and the ball moves up a little bit and the tissue and a little bit down. You can stay with this or add on cross fiber simultaneously. You might find a spot where you want to stay. I definitely found one. If this feels good and you feel like you need more time, stay here. Otherwise, we will move on. From here, take the block out and take the ball on the block and place the block underneath your right thigh. And it goes relatively dead center underneath your hamstring. And you can stay here and just move the leg. The toes move left and right, and the whole leg moves into internal and external rotation. This can be quite nice to massage the back of the hamstrings, just like that. If you have 2 blocks, you could do both sides as well, but we're going to do one at a time. Just keep this in mind if you want to be more efficient with your time. And then from here, you can stay with that or rebend the right knee. Take the ball and place it right at the center of the block as you let the thigh come back down. Now from here, either stay or bring the hands behind you, gently lift your bum off the earth, and then once again you can move the toes side to side, you can move the whole bum side to side, or gently rock back and forth. You're completely free where you want to go. And you might notice that certain areas feel more tender than others. For me, it's always the outer hamstring. And you stay there. You breathe. Maybe you bring in a little rocks around the ball. You're in control. You decide how much weight you want to give into the ball. Little circles can also feel quite nice. You can do this in a lot more detail, rolling out the whole back of the leg. You just want to stay away from muscle or ligament attachments or joints. All right, and then we're just going to come off and change sides. So first take the ball out. You can also take a moment in between, just shake the legs out and notice right leg to left leg. It's really good to take moments to notice in between. All right, and then take the block, place it underneath the left thigh, and then first let the thigh come down. And once again, you can just move the leg internal, external rotation. You can stay with this, or we take the ball, place the ball center of the block, and then let the thigh come back onto it. Once again, you just stay here, moving side to side. Maybe the hands come behind you to prop you up a little bit, bum lifts off the earth, and then you're free to maneuver. Just keep in mind, you don't want to do quick, large movements. You want to go slow. You want to linger in spaces and places where you feel discomfort or it feels funny. I don't really know the right word, because it's like where it oftentimes hurts is where you need to go, but you don't want to hurt yourself. Let's say where it feels interesting. Where it feels interesting, that's where you want to stay, and you want to soften around it. And be mindful and playful with how you maneuver your hips and how you maneuver the ball underneath the back of the thigh. You want to be intelligent. And the body is really intelligent. It will talk to you. Sometimes it's not very clear, so we misunderstand it. All right, and then come off. If you want to do that in more detail, just keep going. You can explore up and down the whole back of the leg. But for the sake of today's class, we will move on. Take the ball right in the center, block to the side. Now from here, cross the right ankle over the left knee, and then let the ball come underneath the right butt cheek. And once again here, you can be explorative. You can move around the center of the butt cheek, and you can move all the way out towards the glute medius, towards the outer hip. And this is where a spot for me is, and it's very tight, and so I might stay there, and then I allow my body to relax into the ball. And I breathe. And you find your spot. Maybe move a little further, finding another one. And then come off the ball. You can do this in more detail. Or we change sides. Ball over towards the left side, left ankle over the right knee, and then bringing the ball right towards the center of the butt cheek. And you can really be explorative here, moving the ball around where it needs to go. Sometimes where it needs to go is not where you want it to go, but you are playful and you're courageous. You find the spots that you need to. And something that's highly underrated here is to just breathe easily, in and out. And sometimes we find a spot that literally tries to take our breath away. Beautiful. I like to close my eyes for exercises like this, because it allows my awareness to really drop into the ball and this little small area that I want to focus on. It's very meditative. When the eyes are open, they look everywhere, all over the place. All right, and then come off the ball. And then take the legs out in front. We're going to turn onto our belly, taking the ball with us. So one last thing to do. We haven't moved into the thighs yet, so come onto your forearms. Now from here, roll onto the right outer hip. Take the ball, place it at the center of the left thigh, and then roll back onto your belly, letting the ball just sit right at the center. You can stay on your forearms or come down, placing your forehead onto your hands. A little cushion for the forehead. Now from here you can stay there or begin to tuck the toes under. So the toes are placed on the earth, and then begin to press the toes into the ground, what creates a little rocking motion in the body, and the ball will just move a little inch up or down. It's almost not visible to the eye. You can stay here, or you find stillness again, and then bend the left knee, bringing the sole of the foot straight up towards the ceiling. Stay here, or move the left foot out towards the side, and then let it fall towards the inside. So moving the leg in internal and external rotation just a few times. You can stay here or come onto your forearms. You can stay here or gently lift the hips off the earth. Now from here I would take the right toes back down, but you can keep the knee bent as well, and then once again rock up and down, and here the movements are a little bit larger. Alright. And then let the hips come back down towards the earth. Roll onto the right outer hip, take the ball out. And we're just going to change sides. So roll over towards the left outer hip, take the ball, that center of the right thigh, and then roll onto your belly. You can stay on forearms or come down with the forehead resting on your hands. And once again, you can do this in a lot more detail, going all sorts of places. Now stay here, or tuck the toes under, and then gently push the toes into the earth to create a little rocking for the whole body. The breath continues. You can stay with that, or you come back to stillness, bend the right knee, and then from here let the sole of the foot face towards the ceiling, and then moving side to side. You can do this and continue with that, or the right toes come back down towards the earth. They can also stay up, come onto your forearms, stay here, or lift the hips off the earth, and then gently push the toes back into the earth, moving up and down. You can stay with that. Something really gnarly to play with here is when the hips are off the earth, now to bend the right knee, and then straighten it again. Yeah, but be mindful here. Depending on how tired your hamstrings are, you might get cramps there. Alright, and then you take as much or as little time as you need. Always pausing the video. It's the good thing about practicing at home. And then let the hips come back down, take the ball out, take it towards the side so it doesn't roll away, and then make a little cushion with your hands for your forehead, and then remain here. Moving the heels side to side, just shaking out the legs. And then softening and staying here. We're finishing on our belly today, breathing into the floor. And softening the face as you just take 5 more rounds of breath to notice your legs. Soles of the feet, the shins, the calves, the hamstrings, the glutes, your butt cheeks, and the thighs. And thank you so much for your time, your presence, your effort. And I hope this was helpful or useful. Let me know. And if you liked it, we make some more. Thank you so much. I'll see you soon. Namaste.